The safety and security of our staff and our students will always be a priority for us.
Safety needs to be big for the kids here. We need to feel that they are well taken care of all the time. Parents need to feel that they're always safe here at school.
Students are more likely to be engaged when they know that they're safe.
The students need to know that if there's no other safe place in their life, it's here at school with the teachers and the staff and other students that are here.
Hey guys, today we're going to talk about some important stuff that happens here at school. You know, here at school we do a lot of practicing of things. We practice reading and writing so that we can get better at it. We practice math so that we can get better at it. But what are some of the other things that we practice at school fairly regularly? Yes?
We practice fire drills.
We do. Why do we practice fire drills? Yes?
In case if there's a real fire.
That's right. We need to keep you safe in case of a real fire. What are some of the other things that we practice here at school in order to keep you safe? Yes?
Lockdown.
Oh, okay. And why do we practice a lockdown? Why might we be practicing a lockdown?
If there's a stranger on campus with a gun.
That's right. If there's a stranger on campus, they might be here to hurt us, and so we lock down to keep ourselves safe, and we do practice that. So if there's a stranger here, the principal might tell us to go into a lockdown. How do we know if it's a stranger and not just somebody here to visit? Yes?
If they don't have an ID or a visitor sticker.
That's right. If they don't have an ID or a visitor sticker, we don't know if they're a good guy or a bad guy on our campus, do we? How would we know if it really is a bad guy? If they're not wearing a sticker, is there another way we might know if it's a good guy that's on campus? Yes?
Walking around with their staff or like their principals.
That's right. If they're walking around, somebody who knows them is walking them around the school. If they don't have a badge, then they're probably okay. But what do we do if somebody knocks on, say, one of our side doors over here and asks to be let in? Yes?
Tell them to go to the front office.
Do you open the door to tell them that?
No. You like big signs.
Okay. So you would point them to the front office and say, go get a badge, right? Yeah. Okay. So we never open the door to anybody that we don't know. Is that right? Okay, good. We're not always going to be able to look for a weapon or if the stranger doesn't have a badge or a volunteer sticker, are we? So if you look at somebody and you think, well, they look okay, they don't have a weapon, is it okay then to open the door for them?
No.
Never, right? Never open the door for anybody. And what, again, do we tell them to do? Go to the front office and get checked in. That's right.
But when it comes to things like lockdowns and any of the drills that we do, going over the steps with them ahead of time so that they're prepared and know what to expect, and then practicing and teaching them that it is a super important skill to have to know what to do in a lockdown if I'm not in the room, or if they're not even in a classroom, if they're at lunch, and also knowing where to go, where the next safe place is if it's not here in the building.
Chances of it happening are very small that somebody would come onto our campus to hurt us, but we need to be prepared just in case something does. If somebody comes in and wants to harm us, the principal is going to tell us to go into a lockdown situation. And one of the most important things to do is to listen for directions if we go into a lockdown situation. When we have a lockdown and there's a danger on or near our campus, one of the things that we may need to do is follow the run, hide, fight scenario.
Run, hide, fight. The actions you must take during an active shooter situation are not the same for everyone. You must make a decision on your best and safest course of action, depending on your situation and location relative to a threat.
What are some of the things that we do in a lockdown situation?
Lock the door.
Okay. We do lock the door.
Okay.
Yes.
We can also put the rhino down.
That's right. We would put the rhino down. Okay. Who knows how to engage the rhino? You do? Mm-hmm. Would you like to show us how to do that?
Right
When the rhino is put down, if somebody comes and knocks on the door and tells us it's all cleared, are we going to necessarily believe that?
No.
No. So who's going to actually unlock the door for us?
The principal.
That's right. The principal is the one that has the tool that will unlock the rhino for us. So we should never unlock the door ourselves until somebody comes and actually lets us out, right? And there's something else that we might do to stay safe in a lockdown, and that would be
To close the blinds.
we have to close the blinds, absolutely.
Barricade doors or windows.
Absolutely. We would want to barricade the doors and the windows. There might be something else we need to do in a lockdown situation. We do need to hide. Where's the best place in the classroom to hide?
Away from the windows and doors.
That's right. That would be a great place to hide. We could also hide in a closet or in a storeroom. And we know that we have to be really quiet so the bad guy can't find us. But what do you do with your cell phone? Yes?
Turn it on silent and put it away.
Absolutely. That's what we would want to do with our cell phones. It would probably be a good idea to not make any phone calls while we're in lockdown. Your moms and dads are going to know that we're in lockdown and they're probably going to be really worried about you. And that's understandable. But if there's a really serious situation going on, we need to keep the cell phones off or silent so that nobody can find us when we're hiding. What happens if you're not in your classroom and a lockdown is called?
Run to the nearest classroom.
Okay. Where else could you hide if you...
You can hide in like a bathroom.
Okay. You could hide in a bathroom. And what happens if we're outside at recess and we hear a lockdown getting called? Yes.
We would run into the school to go to our classroom.
You're right. The safest place might be inside in your classroom or one of those other places that we talked about where you could hide, such as a bathroom, a closet, or an office. If you are on campus and somebody tells you to run, what are you going to do in that situation? Yes, sir.
Probably like try to run away and get as much distance as you can from them.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Where do you think a good place to run to might be?
Off campus.
Absolutely. If we do have to run off campus, how are you going to know where to run? Yes.
We have to run, we listen to a teacher or principal or something to direct us.
Absolutely. Or your principal or other safety officials in your school, right?
Yeah.
So they might be helping with where to go if you have to run. We have a neighborhood nearby, right across Paseo del Sol, where we could run and ask neighbors for help. So we could run into that nearby neighborhood and ask neighbors to call 911 to ask for help. Now, we've talked about running and we've talked about hiding, but one thing that might happen if a bad guy comes into our school is that we might have to fight. Now, we probably won't ever have to do this, but if we do, what are some ways that we might be able to fight a bad guy in the room? Yes?
We grab something heavy to throw at him.
Okay. Can anybody think of what that might be in the back?
A book.
Okay, what else?
A chair.
A chair? Does anybody see anything in this room that they might be able to throw?
Maybe a stapler?
Staplers are hard, aren't they? Okay, yes.
Scissors.
Scissors, yes. Yes.
Our backpacks.
Your backpacks, that's right.
A computer.
You could throw a computer. So there are a lot of things in the classroom that you can use to fight. What if you're running? If you're trying to run away, would it still be a good idea to throw something at somebody? Yes. Why would we want to do that?
So maybe if we throw something at them, maybe they'll slow down.
Absolutely. They might slow down and it might distract them. If we're in a lockdown or we've had to run, we can use the red backpack in case anybody's hurt or needs help. lockdown and it's been a while, and someone has to go to the bathroom, is it okay to go out in the hall and go to the bathroom during lockdown? No. This is the lockdown bucket, and there is one in every classroom. So hopefully you'll have some friends that'll help you with some privacy. The bucket has a seat. Inside the bucket are some supplies. What you would need to do is open the bucket, take out the supplies, put a plastic bag in it, into the bucket, and then that's what you would use for a bathroom. Just like if you're camping. Okay? I know we've been talking about some pretty scary things today, and we've learned some really good things. Let's go over some of those things that we've learned again. What are some of the things that we can do in a lockdown? We can
run.
That's right.
We can hide.
That's right.
And we can fight.
Absolutely.
I'd like to create an environment where they can come to school and feel safe and feel like they can just be whatever age they are for as long as possible and feel like they have the freedom to do that without worrying about the things that happen in the grown-up world and the things that are scary. Just be a place where they can forget about that and enjoy childhood.
Schools should be a safe haven for everyone. You know, we're in the community and everyone should come to school feeling safe. I mean, it's a place of learning, but students also should feel safe.
You know, you have to take trainings extremely serious, especially when they're about safeties. That's the most important role as an educator and as a coach, just making sure that your students and your players are safe.
As a survivor of the Las Vegas shooting in October of 2017, my training and experience as a law enforcement officer came into play. A lot of the training and experience that I've had relates to this Run, Hide, Fight program. I'd like to tell you as teachers and staff, it's important that you guys push this message on the students and you take training and you take drills seriously, because they will follow you in an incident like this, and when a critical incident happens, they'll look for an adult to lean on. So it's important that you take this stuff serious.
The likelihood of you needing to use this training is very low, but should there be an emergency, you'll be prepared. So whether you're an elementary student, a middle school, or a high school student, you know, I want you to enjoy being a kid, enjoy being a teenager, and enjoy being a student in the Santa Fe Public Schools.